was talking about a potential change being in the air. He's not revealing anything to us right now, but is that justified? Does this team need change right now, DeAndre?
Oh, that's not to my knowledge, no. We came in here, we corrected the film from yesterday, and looking forward to another opportunity this week against another good opponent. That's what everything to my knowledge. That's what we're focused on. Yeah.
But do you think there needs to be change? I mean, the coach is saying that there does need to be change. Do you personally think, being in this offense, that there needs to be some kind of change?
I'm that's above my pay grade. I'm here to make plays. I'm here to be here for my teammates. I know what we do need to do as players, and that's execute better. That's what I do know. Yeah.
Andrew, do you have a sense for why the offense has been so rickety since the bye week and unable to get much going consistently?
Come down to detail, execution, little things that's all correctable. Like I said, we just need to execute better as a unit. It's it's tough when the position that we are in when the defense and special teams unit have been playing how they've been playing all year, and we can't really, you know what I mean, help them guys. So we need to figure out a way to, you know what I mean, come out on the other side of that and be an asset for this organization.
Is it concerning to you that when we've talked to you about, you meaning players, throughout the year, that it's been the same thing where it's talking about details, execution, since week one, that's the answer we've been given for some of the things that have gone wrong. Is that a concern? 9 weeks, 10 weeks in now, but that's still a problem?
For sure. Cause at the end of the day, we everybody's here to do a job, and we want to produce, and we want to all play together. We want to play well together. So it's not clicking. It's this, it's that. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to execution and detail. But it does get tiring of saying the same things over and over again. So just gotta, you know what I mean, everybody just gotta do their job.
At the start of the year after the Colts game, we heard about, the leaders talking to Matt and talking to Shane about, ways to make things go better. Later we hear about the leaders talking to Shane about, scripting plays before games. Is that sort of back and forth common in other places you've been? And is it a sign of a disconnect that those conversations need to be had?
So as far as like communication between players and Shane,
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good thing. Shane has been great in that aspect. I'm always one to never put anything on coaches or anything like that. They're not out there with no helmet or shoulder pads on. So I feel as though like if whatever they call us as players and the ones who has a job with these helmets or shoulder pads on needs to go out there and execute. So I'm not ever one to put nothing on no coach or anything like that. That's not what I'm here to do.
Andrew, Matt was pretty firm in saying that some form of change and adjustment would be made. If you guys come back on Wednesday and there's significant changes made to your offense, what is your job as players in adapting and handling that?
To do exactly that. Adapt and adjust if that's what coach chooses to do. But us as players are come here to play football and do our job. But that's all that other stuff is up to coach and everybody else upstairs.
I know in the heat of the moment, it's not always easy to see what's going on. But afterwards, as you're looking at video and stuff, are you seeing missed blocks, missed tackles, no opening? What do you see when you look at the film?
I just feel like everybody can be a little bit more intentional in their work. Take a little bit more pride in the detail and the focus that goes into it, the preparation that goes into it throughout the week. So when come game time on Sunday, it's execution. Because we've seen it Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I feel like that's where we can grow and get better. First and foremost, it starts on Wednesday.
Yeah. When you watch the film back, are there times where it looks like the effort could be better too?
I feel like everybody out there playing hard. I ain't about to sit here and say nobody is piss poor effort or anything like that. It's NFL caliber guys on the other side of the ball as well. So you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. But just come down to having pride in your work. That's what I feel.
How much are you being asked to adjust your running style to fit this offense?
I haven't been asked to do anything. I feel as though I'm adjusting to anything that I need to adjust to. If I need to lower my pads and get 3 yards and run people, make people, whatever I need to do is what I'm gonna do.
DeAndre, when you're go ahead.
Do you see problems and issues in practice that would kind of foretell that you guys are going to come out with such flat offensive performances? Have you seen that?
I'm gonna just say, like I said, we could just do a better job of focusing on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We can't just expect to have it click on Sunday without seeing it done in those work days leading up to that. So we just got to be, like I said, more intentional about our work throughout the week and um, come here every day with a purpose.
When you're during the game yesterday, when you see the score and you see the struggles you guys are having, you look at alongside you, you see DJ, you see Keenan, you see Cole, you see Rome, you see Caleb. What's going through your mind that collection of guys isn't putting up the points you expect?
It's frustrating. It's frustrating just to. I'm not gonna sit up here and talk about the talent and all that. That's on the offense because everybody sees that on paper. But we got to do a job as us collectively of finding a way to showcase that on the field. Which is, we have a great opportunity ahead of us. That was the last game we played of the season, so we're blessed with another opportunity to go out there and go to work.
Are you worried at all about what this is doing to Caleb, seeing him sacked as much as he is and going through?
No,
things like this?
no. I continue to talk to him and try to help lead in any way I can. No, he ain't phased at all. I know he's gonna learn from everything, which we all need to do. You can always learn, can always be better. But I know he's gonna learn from everything that he needs to learn from and continue to work.
How do you balance the frustration of thinking that you guys should be better than you are with the reality that your rookie quarterback's a rookie?
Yeah.
And that, sometimes things, are gonna take it.
Yeah, it's gonna be ebbs and flows throughout the NFL season. Like I said, that wasn't the last game of the season that we played. Could we have had that? Would we want that one back? For sure. We have another opportunity, a great opportunity this week against the divisional opponent. So if you got any ounce of competitive bone in your body, you should. It should show.
Andrew, with what you experienced last year in Philadelphia, is there anything that experience gave to you or taught you to help avoid potholes in a season to make sure that the slide doesn't continue?
All I could do is just control how I approach my work, everything, every single day when I come in here and be intentional about how I prepare and things like that, and try to bring guys along with me.
Tanner, you've been a part of some teams that have been very good. You've been a part of some teams that have had some down years.
Yeah.
What are the hallmarks of the good teams versus the struggling teams in practice, so that you see that the Monday, Thursday, or that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday detail?
It's different. As far as different teams I've been on, because they all been different in their own sense. I'm not here to compare. I'm not here to compare teams at all. But being where my feet are now, I'm not gonna continue to be redundant. But we just got to do a better job of being more intentional about our work and just honing in on details. And it's little stuff that's all fixable. That's all things we can do better. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and keep saying the same thing over and over again.
DeAndre, when you were a rookie with the Lions and Matt Patricia was fired, could you see that coming as that season went south? Did you see what was going to happen?
When you're not having success and you're not having a season that you want to have and you're losing, stuff might happen. But that's outside of the player's control. Like I said, I don't really try to get too involved in that because that's not my job to.
Thank you. Thank you, Josh.
Have a good one, y'all. Yep.
Yesterday felt like a performance that kind of lacked juice on the whole. What was it like from your perspective to be in that environment, knowing what's at stake and to see the results that you guys put forth?
Yeah, I think going into that one, right, we're confident, we were ready to bounce back. I thought our prep was good and everything like that. But it was, to that point to where, we didn't create that juice, right? It's either us getting a takeaway or kind of getting a rhythm on the other side, and it's everyone together, right? It's never a one-sided thing with that aspect, but we all acknowledge that it's something that we want to continue to focus on, and at the end of the day, come in, especially at home, someone's got to make a play to get things going and get that head in the right direction, for sure.
That said, you made a play.
Yeah.
You had an interception. The offense gets the ball around midfield. Is it dejecting when they don't score 6 out of that? Like, for the defense as a whole, is it honestly disappointing?
It's football, right? The other team has good players too, and I'm not gonna really. I'm gonna focus on what I can do better, and what we can do better as a defense. And I know the offense is doing the same thing. We understand as a whole that honestly, just to kind of whatever, it wasn't good enough, from start to finish, and that's something we're all accountable for. But complementary football is a big time thing, and we have to do our jobs at defense to try to create turnovers and do those things because we pride ourselves on that, right? And getting 3 and outs and those things, and giving it to the offense, and we know the offense will get into their rhythm. So we're confident in that, and we're not gonna double back on anything that we've done. We put in a lot of hard work, and we know it's gonna crack for sure.
TJ, is the snowball effect of the last 3 weeks like still from the fallout of the Hail Mary and all of that, or is it something else?
I mean, I don't, we're not executing. I think from top to bottom. We've seen that. We know that's it's not to our standard what we've done. No one's, I think a loss is a loss in the NFL, and all of them are tough, right? Whether it's the Hail Mary or this last one or Arizona, that's kind of how that goes. And all we can do is figure out a way for it to look better going forward. Like we have to. There's a sense of urgency, and we understand that, but that's one thing that I know can't happen is getting hung up on what went wrong and not being able to move on. So I know it's gonna be a good week of prep for us for sure.
When you've been on teams before, whether in the NFL or in college, that have gone through maybe
Yeah.
stretches of losses, like what worked to get on the right track again?
Yeah, I think especially in this league, accountability is huge, and I think truly understanding, whether it's have an understanding of what's being asked of you, or if because you can kind of take. I think what we've kind of seen is you can kind of take a maybe you just miss a tackle or something like that, right? It happens, and that, but being in the wrong spot and those things are something that we always want to make sure we're on top of. So it's getting those things fixed up so we don't beat ourselves. That's the biggest thing in this league. Everyone's too good to. If you hurt yourself, it's going to be a longer down for you. So we're just trying to look at everything we can to get this thing going. We're excited for this opportunity. It's a big one. It's an exciting one. And we're just going to keep on plugging.
TJ, we heard a lot about accountability, obviously, after the Washington game.
Yeah.
We heard a lot about it last week. What can you guys do to make it different this week? Because I imagine it was a point of emphasis the last 2 weeks. So how do you figure out a way to actually make it stick this week?
Yeah, I think it's player coach communicating with each other in terms of maybe what we need and what they see, and getting on the same page with that. But it's such a thing in this league that if you're off by a little bit, right, you get beat, or if you're off by a little bit, you're the drive's extended, or it's a 3 and out. It's such a small margin for error that we have to be on top of every single detail. And it's one thing to say it, and it's one thing to give it the speech in that sense, but we got to go and show that we're understanding it and that we're correlating those meetings and the walkthroughs to the field on Sunday, because that's really what we are. That's our resume, right?
What did you see in the last 2 series of the first half today that maybe stuck out to you in terms of a game that went from 3-3 to 13-3?
Yeah. I mean, I think, I think all day we did an okay job, like in the run game and things like that. But, he's a good player. I think May did a good job of just kind of escaping the pocket at times too. But I also just think some of those little runs that kind of got away that hit for 6 or 8 yards ended up kind of biting us a little bit. And I was up late last night watching the film probably 5, 6 times to figure out, what I can do as well as a lot of my teammates. So, they had a good drive, and that's kind of how that goes. But we just had to figure out a way to understand what's hurting us and fix it before it gets worse, to be honest with you.
Manny was just in here and he was talking about discussing the possibility of change. Is it the captain's opinion too, like the players' opinion too, that you're at a point where there needs to be concrete change?
Listen, man, I'm a linebacker on defense. And I know I haven't played perfect this year, so I'm gonna focus on what I need to do to be better for this team, and how I can impact the game, and how I can communicate better with the rest of the defense and the team. And I know the offense guys will do the same, but stuff like that, that's really not our deal for sure.
Matt did say that he does talk to the veterans to get a sense of the temperature of
Yeah.
the room.
Mhm.
What's the temperature?
Yeah, I mean we're frustrated because we want to win, just like everyone else, right? It's especially being here in the city, a prideful city. It's a city that wants to win. We're players that want to win. This is how we feed our families, right? This is what we want to do to leave a legacy, be successful. We want to win. So that's all it is, and it's also understanding that division starts now. So these games are very important, and we got to go put our best foot forward for sure.
TJ, you had the Tyreek situation against Washington and the DeMercado touchdown against Arizona. Yesterday, you had Montez Sweat getting back, which caused a penalty, which made a field goal easier. Is Flus's hits principle kind of losing its grip on this team? Are you losing that? Is that having less impact now than it did? Because the evidence is that it is.
I don't think so. I mean, it's literally what we start our days with is understanding that's how we're being graded. That's how we run our team. So I don't think that's it at all. I think there's a play where Tez is just slow getting up. Like that's kind of how it happens. They're quick on the ball. Like that's it's tough, and they ended up executing well. But that's something that's what we're based on, and that's how we play. That's the energy we play with, and so no, I don't think so.
TJ, what does this team need from the coaching staff to get pushed in the right direction?
I don't know. I mean, I think for me, this is a players' league. This is we got to go out there and execute. It's rare that a coach is going to go out there and call a perfect game, right? He's going to go out there and it's like that's just how it goes. We got to go out and execute and make the plays that are out there. It's so easy to point fingers and make excuses and do all that, but no one's playing perfect right now. So it's how can each individual turn that around, each coach looking to themselves, the players looking to themselves and figure out how we can make this thing right. I'm not going to sit up here and say what I need from someone else when I know I haven't been perfect, and I gotta do my job.
Thanks, TJ.
Appreciate it.